Porsha ready to steal somebody else's husband. Yours. Yours. Sweetie me again. Sweetie me again.
Record that.
Then also, who else do we have? There's a new girl named Angela Oakley. Now I don't know Angela, but I hear her husband is everything. I hear her husband is everything. I hear her husband is everything.
I just feel like, you know, even though you may not be married, it's just some things are just common sense of how to behave around a married couple. Mm-hmm. And for me, I don't even like to stand and look someone's husband eye to eye and carry on more than a 3-minute conversation. So when we go to exchange telephone numbers, like I was telling somebody the other day, every type of communication that you have with this couple needs to go through the wife. And you should know that at some point in your life. And if you overstep that boundary, then your intentions were wrong from the beginning.
Porsha Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's false. But Porsha Williams is in the building. See y'all.
What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Fina Entertainment News. And that moment right there was short-lived because after celebrating and using his last name, you all know that Porsha Williams, she filed for divorce after that. And since then, she's been in and out of court with Simon. So let's get into the latest news.
I'm just waiting. I'm about to go to a birthday dinner. So I'm just waiting until all my friends get to the birthday dinner. Ooh, honey, this filter is orange. Baby, it's giving Oompa Loompa. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. And no, that's not Pilar. That is her car seat. I'll answer any questions that have to do with Real Housewives of Atlanta because I do not plan on doing a whole second press on Housewives because I already did a Housewife press. So if y'all have any questions, you can ask me. Okay, any comment on Kandi saying you don't like Shamea? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know if Kandi said I didn't like Shamea. I think what Kandi said was she doesn't believe we're as cool as we used to be. And yes, that's true. I mean, you know, it's when you come on the show and you have certain expectations, and then things seem to turn on you, without you knowing, you know, that can change any relationship. So, but I don't think Kandi said anything like that. Y'all don't be trying to stir stuff up now. Cause you know how y'all do. Y'all like free tea. Y'all gotta watch the show. So why didn't I post Shamea's song? Dang, y'all, good grief. Well, she didn't send it to me to post. I guess Shamea sent it to everybody, but she didn't send it to me, so I didn't have it to post.
So Kandi did post about the song, and she wrote, "My girl Shamea Martin has a new single out now called Never Had. Please download and stream it. It's available on all of your digital streaming platforms. My girl is doing her thing. So proud of Shamea." Kenya Moore responded with some fire emojis. Shamea responded, "Thanks, baby mama. Love you." And Kandi responded, "I love you too." Kandi also had more to say on Amazon Live about Shamea and Porsha's current friendship status. You know, they've been friends for a long time, but right now things are shaky between the two of them. We also heard Porsha Williams confirm that in the beginning of the Instagram Live. There's more to listen to, but I'm going to talk about that as well in my commentary once we listen to what Kandi had to say about the whole situation between Shamea and Porsha not posting her music and all of that. So let's get into what Kandi had to say on Amazon Live.
Oh my goodness. Danita Humphrey says, "Hey Kandi, I love how you support your friends. Can you give us your opinion on why Porsha hasn't supported Shamea's new song like everyone else on her page?" She hasn't? She posted twice. You saying on her show or in her story? Did she post it in her story?
Nothing.
Okay, what I think. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. What I think is that they had some issues during the season and they really don't mess with each other like that right now, but they doing the fake I'm messing with, like if they're in the same room or in front of the cameras, or if or people are doing press, they're like, oh yeah, that's my girl, blah, blah, knowing they ain't messing with each other right now. So, yes.
So then post it if we faking it.
Well,
Did you make it?
yeah, I guess she ain't gonna fake it that much. It's crazy being on a show together. I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong, because it's weird, because you're not supposed to give away any future dramas that's happening in the season. You are told not to give away the season, correct? You know that. So it's kind of their job to allow people to believe what they want until they see whatever falling outs or whatever happens during the season. Understand what I'm saying?
I guess she's done.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I do not ask. If I see Porsha, I don't ask her about the show or the drama that's happening, because especially when it comes to Shamea, because I know that's like a weird thing, you know, that was her friend first and then she became my friend. So I don't even bring that up, because I don't want to be in the midst of, I wasn't even there. I don't want to be in the middle of that. So I don't ask them questions about what's happening there. I mean, of course, if a blind man can see that it's something happening, but you just don't want to be in the middle of it or have an opinion on the drama. You know what I mean? So I don't ask that. I just try to have a good time. Like, the moments I see them, it's normally when we with our other friends, and I always try to make it a fun moment. I want us to have a good time. I don't want to talk about no Housewives dramas, because I'm not on there no more. It's not for me to talk about. You know, not for me to be in the midst of the drama anyway. I can talk about it like when the episode aired, because, you know, we all can give our opinion on the episode. But I mean, like, you know, within the amongst of us being a friend group, I don't want to be in the midst of something that I wasn't there for. Does that make sense? I hope it made sense. Anyway.
Someone else who also does music on the show and had a huge moment with Porsha Williams on the last episode and all of that was also in the comments supporting Shamea music. And Kandi also talked about this person, and Porsha also talked about this person. But I want to keep this video, Shamea and Porsha, focused. So I'll come back with a part 2, and we're going to talk about that other person. Most of you know who I'm talking about, but I want to mention their name because I want to focus on, like I said, Shamea and Porsha. So you all remember that when Porsha came back to the show, she said this.
Porsha Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's false. But Porsha Williams is in the building. See y'all.
So Porsha Williams wasn't coming back, but Porsha, with her new last name and her lavish lifestyle, the rich husband, the beautiful home, the upgraded lifestyle and all of that, that's who's coming back. That's what she promised Bravo and all of that. And oh my goodness, look at how far back Porsha and Shamea goes. Look at their throwback picture. It would be amazing for my best friend to also be on here with her rich husband, doing well, and we can just sit back in our mansions and be like, look at us, look at our life. My goodness, we did it. Especially Porsha doing the whole copy and paste, okay? Y'all know that's the joking title I came up with when I said that, you know, Porsha wanted, you know, to copy and paste Shamea's life and all of that. I did a video on it. Go to the RHOA playlist to watch that video. So for Porsha to promise all of this to Bravo, and then next thing you know, she's filing for divorce. Everything is falling apart. The man is saying you can't film in my house and all of that. And then the best friend that she was supposed to experience all of this with steps in and snatch Center Peach. This was Porsha Williams' moment to come in and reclaim her time and her spot. And then Shamea is able to give the network and offer them everything that Porsha Williams promised but couldn't offer. You know, she came on with Cordell, and we all saw how that ended. And she came on with Simon, and she's going through it right now. So this is the second time where the network was like, Porsha is going to come in and give us that family, you know, the housewives, the rich, you know, and doing certain things, and the husband and all of that, and that whole dynamic, and she couldn't deliver. Of course, Porsha financially is doing her thing with her businesses and everything, and you don't need a man next to you to give the network all of that. But the show is called Real Housewives of Atlanta, and so they just thought Porsha could offer that entire package that Shamea is bringing, and she couldn't again for a second time. If you listen to what Porsha said at the beginning,
I think what Kandi said was she doesn't believe we're as cool as we used to be. And yes, that's true. I mean, you know, it's when you come on the show and you have certain expectations, and then things seem to turn on you without you knowing, and things seem to turn on you without you knowing, you know, that can change any relationship. So
things changing on you without you knowing. Under no circumstances did Porsha Williams think her return and having Center Peach and being a center of attention was about to be snatched away from her. So things seem to turn on you without you knowing. The network decided last minute to go in a different direction, and that is not Shamea's fault. Shamea been on the sidelines for years, grateful and cheering Porsha on, okay? So now that Shamea is stepping into this space, it should be Porsha's turn to say, go friend, I'm happy for you. I'm here for you. Yes, absolutely. And cheering her on. But in true Porsha Williams fashion, that's not what's happening. And that's why you're seeing their dynamics go south. Like, why are you not supporting me, being here for me, cheering me on like I've done for you for years? This is not what Porsha Williams expected. She didn't expect to come back with all of the glory, and I'm Porsha, and yeah, I'm back. And now Shamea is the Center Peach. That's not what she ever imagined or expected. So that's also causing conflict. Also, Bravo is her baby. She's been able to go to the network and have them shut down entire episodes and scenes, and they've always had her back. So therefore, Bravo to just switch up on her and give someone else Center Peach and, you know, center the show around someone else and all of that, regardless if that person is her friend, she's not used to that. And so her reaction allegedly probably have Shamea's like, wait a minute, are you really my friend? Because, okay, I get it, but right now is my time and you should be cheering me on. What is happening? Oh, so because it's not happening to you or for you, and it's happening for me, you're not celebrating me? Do we really have a friendship then? All of those things are going on in the background. But you know what? They go way back if you're looking at these pictures. So they'll figure it out. But what people also have to remember, it wasn't Shamea's long-time friend, Porsha, that brought her on the show the first time. It was Kandi Burrs. Kandi and her people said this years ago. And it made sense that, okay, not only did Kandi suggest that she come on the show, but Shamea and Porsha have history, so it makes sense. She's going to fit in perfectly. But it wasn't her childhood friend putting in a good word and saying, you know what, I have a friend, bring her over. It was Kandi, okay? And here's what Kandi had to say about Shamea new role and everything that's going on with the show.
Okay, everybody knows that I am not on Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, but I am curious to know, are y'all watching? Tell me what you think about the new cast and, all that good stuff. I mean, I got questions about your opinions, and I'm sure you got questions about mine because I get people to ask me that question all the time. What do I think? Am I watching? So to answer the am I watching question, I am trying to watch right now. So the first episode, definitely watch. I'm really close friends with Shamea. So Shamea came over to the office the week, like prior to the episode airing, and she came to show me. So me and Todd, we watched it with her here. And I thought it was good. I love that Shamea is being shown as the queen of the show, okay? I really love, I've been trying to tell them they need to bring her on for many, many years now. So I'm glad that she's finally a peach holder because I've been saying to them that she would be great on the show. So it's good to see that it's finally happening. And because I feel like she got the personality, she's got a lot going on, she has a big family, obviously she has money, honey. So she has, to me, like the qualities of a person who would make a good housewife. She's gonna speak her mind. And she's a Taurus. I know y'all think nothing about the signs, but hey, Team Taurus all day. So that's my girl. So I'm glad to see that. And then I'll tell you what else I thought about it as we keep going on with the show. I'm not gonna go all the way into it just now.
And in that moment and segment, Kandi once again blasted the network treatment towards the queen, Kenya Moore. And I'm going to upload that one next. So we're going to get into that later. But there you have it. The latest on Porsha Williams and Shamea dynamics. They were supposed to come on and take over the show. Still best friends, in love, living the housewife dream, rich and doing their thing with their husbands, and things just took a turn for Porsha, and Shamea was able to fulfill that role. And Porsha isn't too happy about the change in dynamics. But not only is Porsha getting a taste of her own medicine, but she's now realizing and understanding, it's truly and really just business. And they will always be in your corner until something better or a better option or opportunity comes their way. I'm not saying anyone is better than the other person. I'm just saying Porsha Williams for years been able to go to the network and say, I want this, I want that. And, she says jump and they say how high. Okay, she can go to the network and say, this scene is going to make me look bad. Delete it, but keep the scene where someone else is questioning my character in, and then make that person look crazy while my scene that is leading them to question my character gets deleted. And Bravo is like, sure. She's been able to control certain narrative and do certain things for years. So for her to not be getting her way this year, she's not used to it. For certain things that she's done in the background for years, for her to feel like she's losing control, and the network is now saying, no, yeah, we hear what you're saying, but we're going to go over here because this person is able to give us the real, the true, the authentic lifestyle and everything that you promised. Oh no, we're going to go over here and do another thing over here on this side. She's not used to that. And she feels like she's losing control. But I see this all the time. These people are in control. They make you feel like you have control because at that point and in that moment, you can give them exactly what they want and what they're looking for. So they make you feel like you're in control. But at the end of the day, they will always remind you who Massa is and who's boss. And that's not what Porsha is used to, and that's what she's experiencing right now. She was also on the radio, and she talked about Shamea again. And when they asked her if in real life she and Shamea was doing well, she couldn't even answer the question. She kept saying, but on the show. And they were like, okay, we get the show, but Shamea is your real friend. How's that going? And she couldn't really answer the question straightforward, and I get it. Answering the questions is also taking away from whatever storyline that Bravo is attempting to put out there. So she couldn't really clearly answer that question.
You and Shamea still friends.
I mean, the show is the show.
I know the show, but we still friends.
I'm sure y'all hearing that music in the background. I just couldn't do it any longer. Copyrights, okay? This video will get blocked. And I'm not trying to get my video blocked, but Porsha said, you know, we still have to go to the reunion. You still have to watch the show and all of that. And then the host said, no, I know the show is the show. This is your real friend. Like, this is not a joke. Why you keep saying the show is the show? Are y'all still friends? And then she muted the Instagram.
Can you mute the live?
To answer the question, because I get it, okay. Yes, you want to answer the question, but you still have a job to do and you have your check and everything to protect. So I understand why Porsha couldn't answer that question freely and clearly, because you have to watch the show to see how everything unfolds. Well, there you have it. That's the latest on Porsha Williams and Shamea, friendship and all of that. I'll be back with part 2 with the other person that she had so much to say about. But social media went in on Porsha, you know, calling her a hypocrite and all of that. So I just wanted to do that in a separate video. But there you have it. I'm wishing all of you well. And take care.
Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.